On March 18, 1942, the U.S. creates the War Relocation Authority to take Japanese Americans on the West Coast into custody. But why were Japanese Americans targeted? And what can we learn today from this incident? After the attack on Pearl Harbor in December 1941, the U.S. feared a Japanese invasion of the West Coast. With some believing they might aid the enemy in the event of an invasion, Japanese Americans became the target of anger and resentment. The Treasury Department froze the assets of both citizens and resident aliens born in Japan, and the Justice Department arrested about 1,500 religious and community leaders identified as potentially subversive. In February, President Franklin Roosevelt signed Executive Order 9066, authorizing the removal of Japanese Americans from the West Coast. The War Relocation Authority was created on March 18th to carry out that order. Without due process, 120,000 Japanese Americans were moved to 10 inland internment camps. 2/3 of those relocated were natural-born U.S. citizens. It's important to note that no Japanese American was ever convicted of any serious act of espionage or sabotage during the war. This episode is one of the great civil rights failures in United States history. It shows how wartime hysteria can lead to disastrous consequences. Also, it is certainly a stain on the legacy of President Franklin Roosevelt, one of America's most highly regarded presidents, who failed these vulnerable Americans. Here are other events that happened today in history. In 1766, after 4 months of widespread protest, Britain's Parliament repeals the Stamp Act. In 1852, Henry Wells and William Fargo start a shipping and banking company in New York City. In 1925, the deadliest tornado in U.S. history sweeps through the Midwest, killing 695 people. In 1962, France signs a peace agreement to end the 7-year Algerian War. In 2002, 13-year-old Brittany Cecil dies days after being struck in the head by a puck at an NHL game. In 2014, Russia announces its annexation of Ukraine's Crimean Peninsula weeks after invading the territory. In 2022, the world's longest suspension bridge opens across the Dardanelles Strait in Turkey. And now it's time for our Today in History quiz. What was the state of Nevada's primary motivation for legalizing gambling? The construction of the Hoover Dam? The impact of the Great Depression? The economic boom of the 1920s? Or the return of soldiers from World War I? Liked learning about Japanese internment? Then you'll enjoy this one about a shooting at a World War II POW camp in Utah. Tap the screen to keep the story going on Today in History.